look at old pictures of yourself and go, oh, that was not my best time? I wonder if we could ever do that with our personality, to like review the kind of person we were in the past like we would a picture. I'm sure we'd have the same reaction as we do to the young child photos and going, ooh, not a great look. For the personality, ooh, not a great personality. On day 23 of our 28-day self-love challenge, welcome. I am glad you're here. If you have the time, make sure you like and subscribe to see what other videos I get up to, because after this challenge, it's going to be a lot of journaling and I hope you're ready. If you will notice, I am sans makeup today, mostly because I do not know how I am going to react to this discussion, and I want to give myself the ability to ugly cry and not mess up any makeup, because you can't mess it up if it's not there. So today's question, how have I grown as a person over the years? This one is deep. I hope you're ready. Get yourself a blanket, get yourself some tea, cuddle up with your puppy. Let's go. So over the years, I have most definitely changed as a person. Who I was 10 years ago is the farthest thing from who I am today. I won't say I'm not proud of who I was when I was younger, but at the time I did my best with what I knew, and I give myself grace for that. But years ago, I did go through some medical issues, and that kind of rocked my world. I was diagnosed with severe depression and anxiety. Thanks to my husband, Nathan, I was able to stay at home and really try to get the anxiety and especially the depression a little under control. I know it might not seem like I'm somebody who would have depression and anxiety because, oh, Marie, you're so bubbly and happy. Anybody can be that way. That's why they say you need to be nice to everybody you see, because you don't really know what's going on. There's always a mask there when you go out, so nobody really knows the real you. I think it's mostly a protection mechanism where you don't want everybody to know each part of you because you don't know what part of that they will use against you. I'm not saying everybody's like that, but when you have enough people in your life who are like that, you're a little suspicious of everybody else. Kind of taints the water, if you will. So over the years, I have been through therapy to help with my anxiety, depression, PTSD, all of that. Back in 2019, there was a tornado by my house. We don't get a lot of tornadoes in Pendleton. In fact, we were told Pendleton never gets tornadoes. Haha! Pendleton gets tornadoes. Tornado went straight through the road right next to our house, took down a bunch of gorgeous old trees and tore up some of the roads, also caused a gas leak, so our entire area of town was evacuated. Had to find a hotel. We had 2 dogs at the time. Not a lot of hotels were pet friendly, so we actually had to drive about an hour away to find a hotel that would allow our dogs. Then there was a fear all night of, oh my goodness, don't let the dogs go anywhere, don't let them poop on anything. Make sure that you take them out. So not a lot of sleeping that night. Didn't have electricity for a couple days after the tornado. Now when it gets really windy, I'm getting better at this because I have always loved windy days. But when there is a storm coming and it is insanely windy, my heart drops a little bit because I'm a little nervous that I'm gonna go through it again. So I've seen a couple therapists over the years, and honestly, I think that they can do you good. If you've never gone to therapy, I strongly suggest it. Even if you think, oh, I can handle this myself, everybody kind of needs a shoulder to cry on sometimes. And yeah, maybe you could go to family and friends. If your relationship is that strong, absolutely encouraged. But if you need an opinion from somebody who is not family, not somebody who's known you for a very long time and is going to come in with a completely blank slate of who you are as a person, and they will not be like, oh, but do you remember this one time that you insert whatever it is? They won't use that because they don't know that. Kind of like that saying, you can't see the forest through the trees because you're so deep in what you are doing that you don't really see the bigger picture. A therapist would be able to see the big picture. And if you do decide to go the therapy route, strongly encourage that you use the tools that you learn. Don't use the therapy as a time for you to just talk and do nothing else. If you want to just rant, do an absolute brain dump on a piece of paper, it's kind of the same thing, because if you're going to completely disregard any advice a therapist would have, you might as well have just dumped every thought on a piece of paper. They do have good advice, and so I really encourage you guys, if you ever need that, reach out, find a therapist. Maybe you'll get a little bit of introspective on yourself. Because for a long time, I liked to blame other people for any issue I had. It was never my fault. I had a point in time, though, that my confidence was completely shattered, and I had to build myself back up from the ground. And so this has been years of me building myself back up and seeing the world in a different light, because I am not all that, much as I thought I was. I have my flaws. I am very hot-headed. I am quick to react to things. I was born with a lovely anger issue, which I do like to believe I have under control. But I've learned that the person I was acted small and lashed out at the smallest thing out of fear. And so now, over the years, I have definitely grown in confidence. I feel better about myself. Do I feel like I have hit my potential? No, not at all. I don't think I'm even close. But the journey of growing as a person, it's such an adventure, because the way you view things over the years, if you could track and have a snapshot that showed the way you viewed a sunset 10 years ago to how you view it now, I think you'd be surprised with the change. Even if you took one from like a year ago, it might be subtle, but there's a difference. There's always something happening in our lives that's going to change our viewpoint and going to start a trend to something bigger and better. And it's amazing. That's the end of my rant. Let me know in the comments down below, how do you think you've grown as a person over the years? Cannot wait to see it. Remember, I love you. I'm grateful for you. I am thankful for you. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.